Charles, there's nothing quite like it. That feeling of beginning another NFL season, and these two squads are going to do just that in a moment.
And what makes it so exciting is the range of possibilities these teams have before them, because we could be seeing one of these teams earn the Lombardi Trophy in February, while the other, they could earn the #1 draft pick in April or anything in between. And we've got the best seat in the house every step of the way.
Get strapped in. It's just about time to get the party started. And we are underway from Cincinnati. Oh, a good return up past the 30. So here's the Viking offense making their way out. And they'll be led out by their left-handed quarterback.
If you ask coaches at any level to design their ideal leader of a team, with this guy, he's got the poise to handle responsibility. He stays calm under any kind of pressure, and he brings out the best of his teammates each and every week.
They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. Out route to Jefferson, and he's got it. 5 yards on the game's first play, second down. Now a first carry here for the running back. And he will lose yardage back to the 34-yard line.
Here.
A 4-yard loss, and now it's third down. They'll come to the line here and to pick up the first. On third down, he'll drop to throw. Finds his man. There's Jordan Addison. And he will have a Vikings first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
Well, I think when they look at their offense, they think to themselves, weapons, weapons everywhere, and they want to move the ball around. They want to spread it to different people, but you absolutely know they want to get this man involved as well, and that's what they just did on that play.
In motion goes the tight end. Back to throw now on first down. He'll get this complete to Rondale Moore. And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds. Ball on the 47-yard line. Here's a 2nd and 4. Back to throw here. That's caught by the big tight end, T.J. Hockenson. And Hockenson going to have the Vikings first down as he'll get this down inside the 40. On play action, they'll throw. Got a man, and he hits him in stride. He'll be hit down at the 33, 5 yards on the play. 2nd and 5. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. The quick throw knocked away. It's incomplete. On the coverage there, D.J. Turner broke that one up. And on 3rd and 5, this will be the 8th play of the drive. Again, he'll drop to throw. Working the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage.
Holding offense.
And this third down looking very tough after the holding penalty. 3rd and long. They'll look to throw again. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And he's got another first down as the tackle's going to be made at the Bengals' 22-yard line. Able to convert on 3rd and 14. A terrific play call. And the pocket's been protected pretty good here so far on the opening drive.
We always talk about confidence in runners and catchers and quarterbacks. How about the protection detail? They're not allowing anyone near the guy throwing the football.
Back to throw again. He's got his tight end over the middle, T.J. Hockenson. They'll give him 4 yards there, and that'll make it 2nd down. And they'll run on the inside handoff. And they'll get him down right around the 16. Just a couple on the pickup there, and now it's 3rd down. In search of 4 yards here to pick up the first down. They'll bring the tight end in motion right here. Back to throw. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And the Vikings are going to have 1st and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points. Well, no question, this is exactly how they wanted to start this football game. And nice pass there. Now they're set up beautifully, Charles, to finish this off with a touchdown.
Yeah, but they've still got to finish it off, partner, and that means they've got to execute at this stage of the field. So we've seen many teams marching right to the goal line and not cash in. They got something dialed up here that puts it in the end zone.
Nothing on first down, so the ball remains at the 8-yard line, 2nd and goal. They'll look to throw. To the right side, and he's got more complete. They'll get this halfway home from the 8 to the 4 on a gain of 4. They've gotten it to the 4 on this opening drive, but now they face a 3rd and goal. Looking to throw. And it's caught in the end zone for the Viking touchdown by Justin Jefferson. 4 yards on the touchdown grab. And the Vikings are on the board here first in the season opener. Good throw there, and I don't want to blow it too out of proportion, but he looks a lot more comfortable in his 2nd season.
You can tell he put the work in the offseason, and what I mean by that is understanding the playbook. Not just the plays and how to execute them, but how to do it against a variety of defenses. Also understands his team better, what they can and cannot do. You can see the confidence rising in him as he plays.
Minnesota's kick team ready, and the Vikings boom it away. lane opens here. He's past the 30. Now that should give him a spark. He's across the 40 to the 43. The Bengals offense here ready to rock and roll. Joe Burrow is the man at quarterback.
Hey, we all love a good story, and what we like even more, guys who can fight through adversity. Joe Burrow coming out of high school, goes to Ohio State, doesn't get a chance to start, transfers to LSU, not thought to be a top prospect, ends up the #1 pick in the draft, and justifies it. Tremendous play, excellent mobility, and leadership off the charts.
They'll wind up getting 7 on the play, and it'll be second down.
Now you can exhale. The season is officially underway. Plenty of work done during the offseason, camp, and the preseason that led to that first throw of the year.
That's good for a first down, his second catch of the opening drive.
The tight end is certainly a position built to move the chains because they can control space underneath. If they've got good hands, then, of course, they're a dynamic target. But one other thing is they're right in the sight lines of the quarterback on just about every play. And that makes it easier for the quarterback to pick him out and deliver.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. They're passing here, Joe Burrow. Now a short one to Gesicki. So the completion good for 7 there, and it's second down. But yet another completion here on this opening drive, and he's now perfect 4 of 4 to start. Pretty solid execution here.
And how about how everyone's handled their nerves? Because you know what it's like to start a ball game. You're so amped up and ready to go, but sometimes the execution isn't there. They've been flawless so far. Well drilled, well prepared, and excited to start this game.
In motion, the tight end. Throwing for Chase on the crosser. He's got it. And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And that'll leave him with a second and just a few inches left. Now Burrow. Dancing to his left. And they're going to get to him. A sack. Sack back at the 9-yard line. Marcus Williams getting the sack from the secondary. This will be the 8th play of the drive, and it's 3rd and inches. Burrow will throw. And he's caught. He's got it for a Bengal touchdown. Mike Gesicki, a 9-yard touchdown grab. And the Bengals respond to that opening drive touchdown with one of their own.
We're still in the first quarter, but it's apparent they're going to have to come up with a different defensive game plan for him because right now he's kind of having his way against that defense and has added a touchdown to the list. How do you slow him down? They're going to have to mix up some coverages, maybe change who's guarding him.
Extra point splits the uprights, and we are tied at 7. So that drive takes him down the field in 8 plays. And it all concluded with a touchdown pass to the tight end, Mike Gesicki. Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away. And taken down just past the 20 at about the 21-yard line. And the Vikings taking the field here for their second drive of the game. They were successful last time finding the end zone on their opening drive of the season. And they'll get another shot here with a 1st and 10. The play action fake. They'll look to throw. Rush coming, and he's taken down. They came to the safety blitz, and Daxton Hill got home.
Well, that's an excellent way to get the pass rush activated. The first sack of the game for them comes on the first play of the drive, and it makes it very tough for the opponent to pick up a first down now, playing behind the sticks.
So now 20 yards to go on second down after the sack. Work to be done. Here's a play fake as they set up the throw. And pressure coming, and they got him once again. Trying for a loss of 7 with multiple defenders.
Well, that's the second time he's been sacked so far in the first half. And if they decide going anywhere, they've got to find a way to keep him upright so they can throw the football.
On third down, they're going to run for it here. And him down right around the 9, just shy of the 10. Call it a gain of 4, and it'll bring up 4th down.
Well, they got off the field on 3rd down. An excellent job, an excellent defensive series. We always talk about adjustments, and usually only at halftime. But the best teams adjust series to series. And on that series, they adjusted so well that they got the job done in fine style.
So a change of possession here on the punt. And the Bengals take over 1st and 10. Here's Burrow setting up to throw it. Over the middle, that's caught by Chase. And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45. On 1st and 10, here's Brown. And a good job of finding the open space to run as he's down close to the 30 here. It's a pickup of 12. Second play in a row with a 12-yard gain. Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on 1st down. Now it's Burrow. And he'll find Chase on the right side complete. Defensively, a solid response after giving up back-to-back 1st downs. 2nd down, 8 to go from the 28. Burrow looking to pass. Now a short one to Gesicki. Now 3rd down is looming. A pickup of 2 on 1st down and just 1 yard there. So 7 yards from the 1st down here as they come up to the line of scrimmage. Now it's Burrow. And it is caught. And this is going to turn into another 1st down as the tackle is made at the Vikings' 13-yard line. Back-to-back receptions for him, and it's another 1st down. Throwing again, it's Burrow. Over the middle into traffic, and that's complete. And he's going to be brought down on what will be the final play of this 1st quarter. 7-7, our score after 1. Ready for the 2nd quarter from Cincinnati. It's the Bengals with the football here. 2nd and 4. They could still get a 1st down without scoring. As they've got it as we resume action. Now they go play action now. Burrow. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. They'll wind up losing 10 on the sack. And it'll lead to a 3rd and long.
Yeah, some real defensive resistance there. Saying not so fast to a good drive. They had marched to the end zone the last time out.
So that'll leave Burrow and the Bengals with a 3rd and long after that sack we just saw. They're going to look to throw. And this pass broken up. Excellent coverage there on 3rd down, as that was not an easy one to hold on to.
As his old brain remembers, when I see 5 wide receivers on the field as a defender, I know the ball's coming out high. They expected it and got there and popped it free.
Bates' kick is good. And they take the lead here now at 10-7. So they're able to end that drive with 3 points in this one-possession ball game.
And ideally, you want to end every drive with points. Most quarterbacks would tell us end it with a kick, right? A PAT, that's number 1. Field goal you'll take. Punts, you really don't want to do that. In this case, they'll take the field goal and get prepared for the rest of the game.
Minnesota's offense takes over possession. These guys definitely hoping for a better showing than their last appearance. They couldn't really even move the football much beyond the shadows of their own goalpost, Charles. We'll see if they can get a better, more sustained drive going here.
Yeah, and every team that we ever talk to says the exact same thing. When you start a drive from that deep in your own territory, the goal is a minimum of at least 2 first downs, because even if you have to punt then, you change the field position, right? You flip the field a little bit. They didn't get that done. This time they want to string together a nice drive and help themselves out.
And Jefferson's going to have the Vikings 1st down as he gets this up past the 40. They'll look to throw here. Over the middle, complete to Addison. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. So they'll come up in Bengals territory now with a 1st and 10 at the 47. Back to throw here. Open man, he's got him, the tight end, Hawkinson. Yeah, he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard. Ball on the 39. Here's 2nd down at a yard. And here's a handoff out of the gun. And he'll go down here at the 35-yard line. 4 yards the pickup, 1st down. And they'll give him another shot here on the ground. Just a yard on the 1st down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
Well, they certainly had success throwing the ball in this drive, and not as much running it as we just saw once again on that last play. Stopped after a very short gain. But I wouldn't abandon the run totally, because otherwise, pass rush is just tee off on your quarterback. Makes it very, very difficult for him in that situation.
And he's going to get 7 out of this before being taken down at the 27. This offense so far on 3rd down, they've been near perfect. 4 for 5 at this point. This time they face a 3rd and 2. They'll try and run for it with Jones. And he will have the Vikings 1st down. At least it appears that way. And he got it by maybe the length of a football. To throw now on 1st down. To the right side and complete to Jefferson. And out of bounds right around the 20.
It's a game of matchups, and that's why you take your receivers and move them around a bunch, especially your best guys. And when they work out of the slot, you often hear the coaches talk about how great it is because it gives you a two-way go. You can break out or you can break in. That makes it hard to defend.
Just a gain of a couple there. And now that sets up 3rd and 2. The gun. They'll look to throw. And he's going to go down. Back at the 27-yard line. He's sacked. Trey Hendrickson showing off his pass rush repertoire that time. And he continues, Charles, to be under constant pressure. These sacks, they're starting to pile up.
And if they want to have a realistic chance in this one, they've got to change their blocking assignments. They've got to do a better job to keep him upright. If he's going to be on the deck constantly, they've got no chance to win this game.
And this one is right through. And that will knot us up at 10. So a dozen plays on that drive, CD, but in the end, it yields just the 3 points.
Well, they were able to keep the defense on the field for a long time, but let's be honest about it. That was about as unsatisfying a drive as you're going to get. 12 plays and you only get 3 points out of it. Not quite the ending they were looking for.
And he'll go down as this drive will start at the 25-yard line. Now the Cincinnati offense ready to see what they can do here. And after the field goal last time, we'll see what they can get here. At least they got points out of the last drive, Charles.
I never met an offensive coach that didn't want to drive to end with a kick. Most of them want to end with a PAT, right? In this case, a field goal, they'll take it way better than the alternative, which is a punt.
Yeah, but you met fan bases that wanted that, that weren't happy with that field goal.
I haven't met a fan base yet that wants to drive to end with a kick, other than the extra point. That's it.
And got his man complete. For a Cincinnati score. Jamar Chase, 65 yards. And the Bengals are able to in for 6. And that time, he came out of the slot for that big play downfield for the score.
I think what we just saw there, partner, is what we call scheming a guy open. Put him in the slot, know that he has tremendous speed. What you're doing with your other receivers is likely running shorter routes to draw the attention closer to the line of scrimmage, to give him a chance to get downfield and turn it into a one-on-one route, often against the safety. You like your odds when he's running against the safety. His speed usually wins, and it did on that play.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And able to get this out to the 25. The Vikings offense and their quarterback headed out for this next possession. And he's done everything you could have asked for coming in. He's spread it around. He hasn't taken many chances. And he's potentially on his way to a big game throwing the football. The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. They find themselves down 17-10 as they come up on a 1st and 10. And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. Give him 13 yards on the opening play of the drive and also give him a 1st down. On play action, they'll throw. He's got the connection to Moore. And getting this just shy of midfield, they'll spot it at the 49. Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on 1st down. Quickly to Addison here. The result, only 4 yards there on the play. And it's 2nd down. Hands it off out of the gun. And he is going to be close to a 1st down as the tackle made at the Bengals 41. We got a pause following the play because it appears a member of the Bengals in some discomfort. While the medical staff checks on him, we'll step aside in this Week 1 contest. Out of the gun now on 3rd down. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he will have a Vikings 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
As an unbiased observer, I think it would have been interesting to see what they would have done if they hadn't gotten the 1st down there. But since they did, I guess the point is moot.
And they're right there in that middle ground, field goal range, punt, go for it. But as you said, they picked it up. He's got his tight end over the middle, T.J. Hockenson. And they'll get this one to about the 20-yard line. On the drive as the Vikings have a 1st down. From the gun, they'll try to run it. And he takes it down to the 10-yard line. 10 more there and another 1st down.
We use the word relentless a lot with guys who are aggressive on the field. In this case, it really fits, doesn't it? How about his ability to break tackles and his feet never stop moving?
They'll set up to throw. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And he'll take this forward for about 5 as we have come upon the 2-minute warning. That'll bring up 2nd and goal after the gain of 5. They'll drop the throw. Eluding the pressure right.
Holding offense.
A crucial penalty there as the hold backs him up for another 2nd and goal. Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. And he just checked that one out of bounds out of everyone's reach. Maybe a wise call not to take a sack in this part of the field. It brings up 3rd down. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And that will be incomplete as well. That'll bring up 4th down as the Cincy defense stands up on 3rd.
Well, how about the coverage we just saw break out on 3rd down? Dime defense, blanketed the field with extra defensive backs and speed, unable to find an open hole to complete that pass.
Well, in a close game like this, obviously you want the touchdown, but certainly they will take the 3.
And they'll be okay with that, but let's throw a little credit to the defense as well. I'm just glad this doesn't come down to a debate, right? Which side won, partner? Because the defense, hey, we didn't give up a touchdown. The offense, hey, we put 3 on the board. Either way you look at it, I think both sides gained something out of that drive.
And able to take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. The Bengals offense and Jamar Chase set to take over once more. And it may be time for this defense to start throwing a second defender his way, because whatever they've done, it has not worked in this 1st half. The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive. Now Burrow. They have to be pleased with the way that they moved the football thus far.
And why wouldn't they be? 2 touchdowns on a field goal in their first 3 possessions. They're playing so well right now, the field goal probably feels like a disappointment.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Burrow will throw. Now a short one to Gesicki.
Got to give credit where it's due. Really nice defense on that play. The pitch and catch was successful, but not any run after it.
From the shotgun, Joe Burrow. It's complete to Brown, right side. And they get to him after a gain of 6 to the 46. They'll come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the first here. Here's Burrow. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. They call his number again. It's his 6th catch and a first down.
And it's a real luxury when you have a guy who can turn a short throw into a solid gain at any moment. Once he caught that ball, he ID'd where the open grass was and got there in a hurry to pick up a new set of downs for his offense.
Now the Bengals going to use the first of their timeouts as the clock stops here with 46 seconds remaining in the first half. Here's Burrow setting up to throw it. He'll look to Gesicki on the out route. Ball is caught and brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. A good gain again. That's now 31 yards combined on those last 2 plays. Again, it's Burrow. That's complete. Once again, it's Gesicki. The Bengals going to use the second of their timeouts. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. So not quite a first down just yet as they come up on 2nd and less than a yard. Burrow looking to pass. Looking middle, and that's complete.
Holding offense.
They were looking to throw, holding in a big right tackle.
It's real simple, partner. Keep your hands inside in the chest area. You're probably okay. You get it out on the shoulders, get them wide. Usually going to pick up a holding call.
Quick throw knocked away and incomplete.
What will look like a march to the end zone has hit a momentary roadblock with that incompletion. No need to panic. They just got to come up with a high percentage play call and see if they can get their offense back on track.
Pass taken in by his big tight end. And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. And with just 4 seconds left in this first half, a timeout call. So with 4 seconds to go in the half, here's the field goal unit onto the field. From the left hash, should be a fairly easy one here. Bates' kick is good, and that'll make this a 7-point game. So a late 3 there, and that'll help as they head into the break.
Talk about situational football, something they've worked out since the OTAs and mini camps the previous summer. They take care of the ball, get 3 points, knowing they're going to get the ball to start the second half. That's the old 2-for-1 special to finish things off.
So we've reached halftime here on opening weekend. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
All right, Brandon, thanks very much. And welcome back to football, everybody. We've got a full slate of 16 games here to start the new season. So let's take our first trip around the NFL.
Well, look around the NFL. We'll have to wait for postgame because we are moving right through halftime and on to the 3rd quarter. We'll see if week 1 fatigue becomes any kind of a factor as we are back underway in the second half. And they'll get him down inside the 30 at the 27. The Bengals offense and Joe Burrow getting set for this next drive. And as we show you some of the highlights from earlier, he has been instrumental in getting his guys the lead as he looks to finish strong and close this one out. The Bengals drive about to get going. And Charles, they've got the lead. Put your coaching hat on here now. What's the game plan for the second half?
I think getting the running game going a little bit more because I thought in the first half they didn't get it moving the way that they would like. They had success throwing it.
Offense.
But I think these first couple of drives, they'll want to get those running backs going and give them more opportunities. And I will guarantee you that those guys were lobbying for them in the locker room at halftime.
From the gun, a give to Brown. A good gain of 9 before he's brought down at the 28.
Good yardage there on first down. Exactly what you want. Get yourself set up to keep making first downs, keep the clock running. And if they're smart, you're starting to milk the clock. No hurry before you run your second down play.
That's taken in by Higgins. And down right around the 32-yard line, 4 yards on the pickup. 3rd and 5. Now it's Burrow. He's got his target. That's complete. And he is going to have the Bengals first down. They needed 5 there on 3rd down. He winds up getting 7. They're passing here. Joe Burrow. The throw out wide going to be incomplete.
I see the surprise in your face there, partner. That is a rare incompletion from him. He's been on point this entire game.
He has percentage completion-wise way up. Not that time. They'll give this up the middle to Brown. And that one goes for about 6 as he's taken down just shy of the 45.
He's had a ton of success here so far, but you get the feeling that he might be on the verge of popping one.
Yeah, even on that one, there was a little bit of a hole, but it closed there quickly at the end. Now it's Burrow. Trying to get it to Chase, but it's intercepted. And the Vikings are going to have the short field here as they'll take over right at the 50. That is just what this defense was hoping for, an interception on the opening possession of this 3rd quarter.
Obviously didn't want to surrender a touchdown and fall even farther behind. And we've gotten to know this team a little bit, haven't we? Couldn't you just see their defensive leaders telling the offensive guys, telling the quarterback, don't worry, we got you to start things off. You take it from there.
The Vikings ready to go again on offense. And they have had their problems moving the ball through the air as we take you through some of the action from earlier. This secondary has played about as well as you can. Many times they've left this quarterback with nowhere to go with the football. Good starting field position for them as they come up 1st and 10 right at the 50-yard line. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. He gets it to Addison. And a nice job to break free of one tackle, but it slowed his momentum somewhat, and he's taken down right after. From the 46-yard line, a 2nd down and 6. A play-action fake. They'll look to throw. And they go backwards here, losing yardage back at the 48-yard line. That backs him up 1 yard and brings up 3rd down. They'll look to throw. A rifle's winner, that's going to be intercepted. 20. 5. And he will bring it back. It's a pick 6 for Bengals TV. Well, the defense obviously could not have drawn up a better start to the second half. They're holding on to that slim lead, just looking for a stop. Not only do they get the stop, Charles, they get the pick 6.
Another example that life comes at you fast, doesn't it? One play ago, they're defending a slim lead coming out of the break. Now they're one more stop away from thinking about a possible put-away drive.
Point after, right down the middle. And the lead now up to 14. So the defense creating some points, not only getting the interception, but then returning it to the end zone for the pick 6. So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. And he won't quite make it to the 25. And now out comes Minnesota. Remember, they were just out here a moment ago through the pick 6, so we'll see if they can take better care of the football this go-around.
Yeah, and sometimes, partner, I think it's almost better that you just throw the pick 6 and you come right back out on the field. You're not over on the sidelines dwelling for it for very long. You're not hearing everyone say, oh, yeah, you'll get them next time. Hey, don't worry about it. All that stuff just goes right out the window. You're right back out on the field with a chance to atone.
Here's 2nd and 10. One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. Looking for a cutback lane, but nothing there as he's met at the line of scrimmage. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down. Back to throw. That pass complete to Moore. Into space at the 45. And he gets this to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out. A big play that time on the catch and run. 31 yards.
We know play callers can be very creative in this game today, but sometimes when they've got receivers with speed like this, they don't need to design incredibly complex calls. Sometimes it's just get the ball in his hands and let him do his thing. In a sense, less can become more, and it was right there.
They'll look to throw now on first down. Short throw caught by the tight end, Oliver. That's good. The completion there for 7 yards, and that'll bring up second down. From the gun, he'll hand this off, and he's going to get it down to the 33-yard line here. 4 yards the pickup, first down. Inside handoff. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. 10 yards, and it's good for a Viking first down.
Listen, no quitting this guy. He's running angry, running through arm tackles. He wants to change what that scoreboard is saying.
A quick throw there going to be batted away and incomplete.
So it looks like they stopped some fight in them on this series because it seemed like things were headed for the red zone. But this defense gets 2 more stops. They can keep them out of that area.
He is taken down at the 21 after a short gain of 2.
Not too many offenses want to turn down long drives, but when you're down what they are, they've got to pay it off with some points.
On third down, he'll drop the throw. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And the Bengals grab it. And his guys will take over at the 30-yard line.
That feels like an accumulation of the pressure we've seen all game. I mean, he's been on the turf a whole lot because of sacks. Eventually, something else happens as well, and this time it was a turnover.
Yeah, caught up to him. Cincinnati set to take over once again. And as we look back at how we got here, you'll notice a common theme in these highlights. A lot of yardage through the air. The passing game has been sharp right from the outset. The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive. So now, Charles, this drive maybe a touch more important, trying to erase the memory of that interception they had the last time out.
Yeah, and everyone goes through this because even the best in the game, you're going to have games where it just doesn't go right for you, and interceptions result. So, frankly, to me, it's all about how you respond, not just the types of plays that you call, but how you carry yourself, how you show your team that you're still with it, and how you continue to lead.
And he'll get this one up to about the 39 here. 46 yards rushing for him now in the ball game. So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the first down. They'll look to throw for it on 3rd and 1. Working the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And they bring him to the ground just shy of midfield.
Holding offense.
So following the holding call, what can they do here on 3rd and long? Now back to throw. And incomplete here to bring up 4th down as the rookie couldn't haul it in.
We know it's not an easy job to go out and catch passes when people are trying to tackle you and knock the ball away. But the bottom line is, that's a pass he's got to have and a pass he should have caught.
On to punt now, Anger as he boots this one away. It's a return of 4 following a 42-yard punt. And the Vikings will take over here 1st and 10. Minnesota's offense takes over possession. And they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track?
Well, this is where leadership really comes into play. How's the head coach handling it? The offensive coordinator? Sometimes they just make a joke. All right, guys, you had your fun? All right.
Throw it out the window.
Yeah, let's get back on track here. And sometimes that'll work just fine.
I guess it's time now to lean on that leadership. Second and 5. And this throw incomplete. And the defender all over him that time, but it's going to lead to third down. They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks. Looking to throw. And he is caught. And he gets this one to midfield before he's brought down. 68 yards receiving now for him in the game. And a first down on that last catch as well.
All right, let's just go ahead and walk through this one pretty easily, right? Blast off the line of scrimmage, get downfield to a certain point, usually around 8 to 10 yards, turn around and make sure the quarterback sees your numbers and set yourself up for the pass.
A well-executed curl route by Charles Davis. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
Another attempt, another incompletion. And when I look at the scoreboard and where we are in this game, it comes to mind that they have to start getting the ball in the hands of their playmakers. Throw it to the guys that maybe can take a short pass and turn into a long gain or make people miss downfield. They've got to have points. And the guys who can put the ball in the end zone, they're the ones that need to touch the ball.
They'll come up now on a second and long after the hold. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. He's going to leave this for his running back. It's complete. And the play goes nowhere. Losing yardage back near the 40 at the 39. Just a 1-yard loss that time, but that's not what they needed. Now they're dealing with a third and long. And they'll send the tight end in motion here. Now on third and long, they'll look to throw. He completes this into the hands of Jefferson. And he takes it all the way down to the 3. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a first and goal.
Oh, big-time credit. What a play design there. They wanted to get him loose in the open field, and they succeeded. He had all sorts of room to operate in, and they finally track him down inside the 5-yard line.
First and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. Back to throw again. And he is going to go down. Back at the 11-yard line. Logan Wilson, the one who got in there and dropped him to the ground. I don't know what else can be said about this pass rush. They have been sensational. CD, that is now 6 sacks for them.
And how many times do we talk to offensive coordinators and they say a sack is a result of everyone on offense not doing their job? But let's be honest about this one. This is the offensive line unable to counter the pass rush. They've been teeing off all game long.
And that's going to be knocked away in the end zone. It's incomplete.
Perfect example of the kind of attitude you have to play defensive back in the NFL. You want to be the only defender around, and you want them to challenge you. And on that play, he came through.
They'll look to throw on third and goal. And this is going to be intercepted. And the Bengals are going to take possession here. It's a touchback, and they'll take over at the 20-yard line. CD, I know it's just his second year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape. He's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, second year, as you noted, on-the-job training, so he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
The Bengals offense now, they head back onto the field. This is sort of what you would call a put-away drive, isn't it? They score here, especially a touchdown. It's almost out of reach.
It certainly feels that way, and I think that they're going to call their plays accordingly because what you really want to do, even though you know the scoreboard is still up there and the game's going to go on, in fact, you can take the spirit away from another team, that their drive and will to come back and win can be taken with another score right here.
Still third quarter, but you just get that feel.
Yeah, they're teetering right there on the brink, aren't they?
against Higgins. And he'll be brought down on what's going to turn out to be the final play of this third quarter. We are through 3 quarters here on NFL Kickoff Weekend. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. Back now in Cincinnati. It's the Bengals in possession of the football and in possession of the lead as well as we start the fourth. Burrow now off the bootleg. Man open left side is Brown. And they take him down, losing yardage back at the 27. And they call it a loss of a yard there. And that'll bring up 4th down. Here's Brian Anger now as he'll kick it away for the second time. 44 on his first punt, and this is a good kick as well. A punt of 46, a return of 5. And it will be Vikings ball, 1st and 10. The Vikings offense and their quarterback ready to go once more. And it's been a struggle for him all afternoon. This defense has really done a nice job of making him earn everything he gets, and it's prevented him from getting into any kind of rhythm here today. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. Their defense was able to force the punt. That's the good news, but this is still a 2-score game, and they need points on this drive and in a relatively quick manner. Finding Hawkinson here on the out route. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. On first down, he'll drop to throw. And he's got his man out of the backfield. That's complete. Not able to go anywhere that time. 2nd down. Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. He's going to find his running back. It's complete. And he'll be taken down at the 46-yard line. He'll get only 3 there, so it leaves him with a 3rd and 7 ahead. They'll look to throw again. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. B.J. Hill able to drop him for a loss of 2, and that will bring up 4th down. As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. Going underneath, he's got Hawkinson. And unable to break away. They stop him a few yards shy. The Vikings unable to convert here on 4th. And that will force a turnover on downs. So they really needed points here in a 2-score game. Could not come away with anything there on 4th.
And while we know they're a little bit discouraged here, they can't check out of this game. You and I have called a good number of games over the course of our career where we've seen these types of situations. Teams get the ball back, and that miracle does occur. So they can't let that dream go just yet. They have to get stout on defense here.
Yeah, right now really hoping for a turnover. And he gets forward up the middle, but only for a couple. It'll be 2nd down. From just across the midfield stripe, here's a 2nd and 8. Burrow looking to pass. And, he's unable to hold on to that defensively. A potential game changer, but it falls incomplete. The offense on 3rd down, 5 out of 9 thus far. This is 3rd and 8. He had a man open, but he missed him, and it's incomplete. Not sure what happened out there, but it looked like the timing was a little off on that throw.
Well, you know I'm a defender, so what am I going to say?
Great defense.
Darn right. They did something to disrupt that timing.
Anger is on to punt, and he gets this one away. And this is going to be ruled out, I think, just inside the 20. Yes, it will. Side judge calls it at the 19-yard line. Now the Vikings offense works their way back onto the field. They'll start this drive out on the ground. And he almost gets this to the 30, taken down about a yard shy. 47 yards rushing for him now as he's run it 11 times. to throw now on first down. Pass complete to Addison. And a gain of 3 on the play, and it'll be second down. He'll look to throw. Going underneath, he's got Hawkinson. Yeah, he'll work free from one tackle, but that's about all as he's taken down. So give him 5 yards there on the pitch and catch. And 3rd and 1 now. One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. And he will have a Vikings first down by a couple of yards as they're able to convert there on 3rd and 1. Now, yes, a 2-possession game, but a good chunk of time on the clock, so they have the ability still there to run it on 2nd and short, but maybe they need to pick it up a bit.
You're right. They did pick up the first down there, but they, as you mentioned, they have to pick up the pace now because it's a 2-possession game. They've got to get there twice to make sure they have a chance to win.
And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. Good work after the catch. Gets him 15 and a first down.
Good yardage on the completion there. And when they look at the scoreboard, they do understand a field goal is not going to do them any good. My guess, they're going to press the ball downfield as far as possible, try and throw it into the end zone and get a score because they know they've got to get that done and get the ball back as quickly as possible.
They'll look to throw here on first down.
This could be the start of a nice stand from this defense now after getting walked backwards on this drive. Come through with another one here, and you have them staring at a 3rd and long, and that puts the defense in a position to dictate to the offense.
And 2nd and 10, he'll look to throw again. And he's going to be sacked. They sack him back right at the midfield stripe. Eric Kendricks in there to get him once again. That's 2 sacks for him now here on opening day. A long way to go here on 3rd down for the 8th play of the drive. From the midfield strike, they'll look to throw. Under pressure, and they got to him again. Trey Hendrickson able to get in there for his 2nd sack of the afternoon.
You can just see it in their body language. They're starting to see victory on the horizon now, and if it comes to fruition, they got to give a game ball to the front 7. Defensive line has taken charge and controlled this game. Face a challenge of stopping this opposing offense, and they've done so with ease.
And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter. Let's see how this plays out. And he's brought down. Can't do anything with the football. It's a sack and a turnover on downs. The Vikings unable to convert here on 4th. And the Bengals are going to get it back in terrific field position. So still over 3 minutes remaining in this game, but boy, not getting that one that hurt.
That's a little bit demoralizing, so they have to be careful about that because still have an opportunity if they can get some things done on defense. But now, since they've taken over on downs, a team with the ball, guess what? Going to 4-minute offense, maybe they can put this thing away.
Burrow will throw. And he's got this down almost to the 20 before he's dropped. I guess no need to force it when you can do that instead. First down, 18-yard gain. This is Brown going up the middle. And he will lose yardage here back at the 23-yard line. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
They have 3 tight ends in that formation. That's almost a universal sign that they're planning to run the football. But how about the defense there? They met force with force and caused a stack up behind the line of scrimmage and threw him for a loss.
And he's going to have to protect the football and take his lumps here at this stage of the game as they stop him behind the line. This will be a loss of 3, and now a much tougher 3rd down looming. Going to need a crafty play call here. 14 yards is what they need to try to convert this thing. Here's Burrow. That one caught by all, the tight end. And they're going to get him down well short of the first as he can only get this to about the 19. So the Bengals in possession of the football here as we get you reset. They've got a fourth down here in a game that looks to have been decided already. Bates' kick is good, and that will extend their lead even further. So with that, you figure this game's pretty much out of reach at this point.
Yeah, it's going to take a heck of a comeback to come from 3 scores down, but don't change that channel. Don't go away. Miracles can happen, and you want to be here in case it does.
You're a company man.
Aren't I, though?
And a decent return out to the 27-yard line. Now the Minnesota offense set to take over again. And they knew coming in that this would be a tough place to go in and win a season opener. But this has just been a performance, to be frank, not to be proud of here as they trail big in this fourth quarter. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
They lead big, and a major part of that has been how they've taken their play to a whole new level this second half. No points allowed since the break, and you can add another incompletion to the total number that they forced in this runaway contest.
Going underneath, he's got Hawkinson. And he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39. The Vikings going to signal for the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Now on first down, he'll drop to throw it. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
And that's another play that's painted the picture of this game overall. It's been a blowout. It's been continually fueled by big turnovers and stops for one side and an inability to advance the ball from the other.
Again, he'll drop to throw. Oliver, the tight end, making the catch. And he's going to be out of bounds right at midfield. 12 yards there as they keep this drive rolling. It's another first down. The play-action fake. They'll look to throw. Incomplete, but a penalty flag is down in the backfield. Let's get the
holding
call.
offense.
So following the hold, they're in a bit of a hole here with a 1st and 20. They'll look to throw here. And he'll toss this one incomplete. Seeing no options, he throws it away.
That incompletion brings us one step closer to the end of this one. Maybe mercifully, partner. And let's face it, though, no surprise they're still flinging it around. They have pride, too.
They'll set up a throw. He gets it to Addison. Now the Vikings will use the second of their timeouts as it comes with 1:15 left to go in the second half. On third down, he'll drop to throw. And that is incomplete. Oh, he had a defender right there with him to force that to the ground. And fourth down now coming up. All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on fourth down. They're going for it. Got to try it here. He's back to throw. That one out wide and intercepted. Daxton Hill picks it off. And the Bengals are going to get the football here as he gets this up to the 38-yard line. Well, they got the ball already. They're not going to risk the yardage and running another fourth down. They decline it.
And what was that they taught you in law school, that possession is 9/10 of the law?
I didn't go to law school.
Oh, you didn't? I thought you did. Well, actually, I'm going to give that to you anyway. Possession is 9/10 of the law, and it's 9/10 of this game, too. Having the football counts.
You're so litigious. Running right, here's Brown. And they will only muster a yard here to the 38. I guess the simple question, why not just take a knee there?
I don't understand either why you would take any sort of a chance. We've seen it happen in the game of football. Doesn't matter whether you've watched high school, college, or the NFL. Some people get a little greedy, try to get that extra running play in, and it can backfire on them.
Well, CD, always a little extra excitement for Week 1, and one of our early window games here in Week 1 on a Sunday comes to a close. Good to be back in the booth with you, my friend.
And it's good to be back in the booth with you as well. And we know that not everyone's going to start the season 1-0, right? Half the league is going to have a loss on their record. But everyone's going to have to build off of that opener. And how many coaches tell us every single year, you make your most progress between week 1 and week 2. We'll see how both of these teams progress the rest of this season.
So for Cincinnati, that'll be a happy locker room as they start this season 1-0. And they'll get to stay home again next week. Meanwhile, for Minnesota, they go down to defeat here in the opener. And they'll try to get back to their winning ways next week as they head to Lambeau to take on the Packers. So for our entire crew, alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Thanks for watching, everybody. We'll see you next time.
Choose the team you want to start your franchise with. Use the options on the left. Your hand to me, child, if you want to be saved. Just put $1 in the bucket every day after day and watch your problems, anxiety, struggle, spirit away. And at the end of the road, I know a place. You poor thing, I'm sure they'll let you walk right in the gate.